Hello, what up my people, welcome back to my channel once again. So today I'm going to be sharing my trade recap on gold. So we're going to be starting from Monday 8th December 2025 to let's be sure about the dates, to Friday 12th December 2025. That's 5 trading days. So starting from Monday, this is where our new week opening gap is. This is where our new week opening gap is. And with this new week opening gap, based on the structure, on Monday the structure was not clear enough for me to take any trade. So I waited for Tuesday. So on Tuesday, going straight into the markets at around um, 3:30 a.m. a nice structure was created, which I saw a QM that I was anticipating that the market was going to come and retrace to this place. Now, this is the QM. This is what I'm talking about when I say a QM. When I say a QM, a V shape on the line chart, a V shape overlapping also on my psychological level gave me a nice confluence. Now, that is the more reason why I took this particular trade. This is a QM. This is a QM. Let me take this table out. This is a QM for me. So now, after I saw this QM, I went to the 15 minutes time frame just to be precise about my entry. And on the 15 minutes time frame, if you notice, we don't have any particular structure we would say we are looking at. But if you also go to the line chart, you're also going to see a QM that you can actually trade from. But I actually stick to the 30 minutes time frame to take that particular trade. And that was what happened. Boom, the market came, tapped us in, and started giving us immediate 5:1 RR. Now, if you look on the 15 minutes time frame, why did I take profit from that particular zone? Why did I take profit from that zone? Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame now to know why we took profit from that zone. Because I like obstruction. I like taking profit along obstruction. Now, this is why I took profit at this zone, this particular resistance level. And now, if you look at this resistance level, my rules for resistance level is any candle that comes into a resistance level and close with the body candle, it means that we are still bullish. It means that we are still bullish. So the moment the market got to this particular zone, I was out of the market and I bagged a nice 5:1 RR. And if you look at the body candle, it closed with the body candle, but the market still finds its way to come back and retest this new created support level here. This new created support level. But I wasn't interested in taking any other trade that after I took this particular trade. And that was how we bagged a 5:1 RR. So after this particular trade, this trade was caught on the 5 minutes time frame. So let's go to the 5 minutes time frame and see why we actually took that trade. Now, this trade was caught on the 5 minutes time frame. After the sweep of this liquidity, I knew we were selling. The market has changed into a sell opportunity. But now, why didn't I take the sell immediately after the sweep of this liquidity? I was waiting for the break of this particular psychological level. I was waiting for the break of this psychological level because if you notice, on this particular point here, it closed with the body candle. So I was waiting for a retest, and after that retest, I was looking to take profit at this point here. And immediately I took profit out of this zone. The market decided to start reversing. And that was what happened on Tuesday. We caught two nice trades on on Tuesday, and this one we caught a nice 3:1 RR. After that, going to Wednesday. Now for Wednesday, I was on the London session. This is 6:15 a.m. when I caught this trade. What I was waiting for is that if you notice on the 5 minute time frame, the market structure here is showing us that we have a lot of liquidity down here. Let's go to the 15 minute time frame to confirm what I am talking about. We have a lot of liquidities down here, and on the 15 minute time frame we also have a support. Can you see? Now all these candles did not tap into the support. This is our first pullback. We call this an inducement. Did not tap into this support. This particular engineered liquidity came, did not tap into this support, and what I was waiting for was a tap into this level, and the closure, the candle that tapped into this particular level, I was waiting for it to make sure it closed outside of that support zone, and that was what happened, and immediately we bagged a nice 4:1 RR. This is actually supposed to be a 3:1 RR, but because of my stop loss, I like allowing my trades to breathe. Now, why did I put my stop loss here? Because of this particular week here, I put it outside of the week, and you see the market did not come to strip the liquidity. It only reacted out of this particular support, and that was how we bagged this nice 3:1 RR. Now after that particular trade, if you notice here, I was waiting for a sweep of this liquidity. That was just the confluence. I was waiting for a sweep of this liquidity so that I can buy to this particular support zone again, and probably the market keeps coming down, but that did not happen. The market decided to do its thing. Now after that for Wednesday, at around 11:30, I saw this particular setup. Now why did I take this setup? On the 15 minute time frame, I use order blocks, and anytime I'm using order blocks, I like using the body candle. Now I have two confluence for this particular trade. The confluences are: number one, we have an order block lying on our below our psychological level, very close to our psychological level. So my entry was that if I see a nice rejection out of this zone, out of this psychological level, I would enter the market, and that was what happened. The moment I saw the rejection of this huge candle, I went to the 5 minute time frame. I went to the 5 minute time frame to confirm my entry. Getting to the 5 minute time frame, the moment I saw this huge displacement and rejection out of this level, I was ready to enter the trade. And boom, the moment I saw this retracement, I didn't even wait for the retracement. The moment I saw this huge rejection, I entered at the top of this my psychological level, and that particular trade was running. When the trade was running, on the 15 minute time frame, I would show the confluence why I entered this second entry on the 15 minutes time frame. This second trade now was based off of the next support zone on the 15 minutes time frame. It was based off of the next support zone on the 15 minutes time frame. Now if you notice on the 15 minutes time frame, we have a support here on this 15 minutes time frame. Why I said this support was going to hold, why I expected the support to hold, was that these supports now have a liquidity that did not tap into the supports. Can you see? This particular candle did not tap into the supports, that means it's a fresh support, and I was expecting the market to come and revisit or retap this particular support before we start going up. This was what validated this particular entry. So I kept my entry at this particular liquidity because I know that the market might end up not tapping into that support, but I knew that it would clear this liquidity. So that was what happened. The first candle came, tapped me into the market, gave me reaction, and still came back again and retapped into the support, and immediately it gave us a nice 3:1 RR. But because of my stop loss, it gave us 3:1 RR, and this one also gave us a nice 3:1 RR also. Now, why did I enter this trade? Because I saw it as a retracement. It was on the 4-hour time frame. This level was a 4-hour support. This level was a 4 hours support, and boom, the market came, tapped us in, gave us a little reaction, and came back and actually take us out immediately. And that was what happened on Wednesday. So on Wednesday we took about we took about 4 trades on Wednesday, and the market decided to give us a nice structure on that same Wednesday. That Wednesday we had news at around 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. and this was the news candles. So after all of that, on Thursday, on the 30 minutes time frame, I remember that very vividly. We caught these trades on the 30 minutes time frame on Thursday. Now on the 30 minutes time frame, after this particular news candle, we had a resistance that the news broke. After the news broke all this resistance, the next day on Thursday, I didn't actually notice this particular resistance become support on the 30 minutes time frame. And immediately I analyzed, I was looking to sell the markets to this next psychological level, but the market took me out. After the market took me out, I noticed that the Asian session, or let me say the London session, that's Asian stroke London session, has already tapped into this resistance become support, our RBS. It has already tapped into our RBS. So after it has tapped into our RBS, that means the market is bullish. So why am I selling? So I took unnecessary loss this very day, and I know it's my fault. I took it as my fault. I took unnecessary loss very early at around 7 a.m. and I took that blame that I was the one that fucked up here. And after I saw that, what I was looking at on the 30 minutes time frame was this support, because I know that the market would still come and mitigate this support. You get, the market will still come and mitigate this support. And after I saw all this consolidation before this particular entry, immediately I went to the 15 minutes time frame for better confluence. Now after I got to the 15 minutes time frame, I saw inducement. Can you see this particular candle did not mitigate the support zone? It did not mitigate the support zone, and immediately I kept my buy limit here. I will drop the MT5 proof of how I took this particular trade. I dropped my buy limit here, and immediately the market came, tapped us in. And I was looking at this liquidity, that if this particular candle, if the candle did not close above this liquidity zone, I am taking the few profit I get. And if you look at the market rejected so much that it closed outside of the liquidity point. And why did I take profits here? Because of this particular liquidity. I knew that the market was going to buy so much that very day, but I was okay with what I get. That is my discipline. I am okay that very day with what I get. And immediately I caught a nice 4:1 RR. I was supposed to hold this trade to this particular point to get a nice 7:1 RR, but I decided to just hold on to my 4:1 RR. If I want to jump into that market again, after I took profit from that trade, what I will do is I will go to the 5 minutes time frame. I will go to the 5 minutes time frame and then take my next trade from this zone. I'll take my next trade from this zone. Now I'll call this now a resistance become support. Yes, a resistance becomes support. And as you can see, the market came, retested that resistance become support and started going higher. But I didn't take this trade. I only took the one below and boom, gave me a nice 4:1 RR. That is that for Thursday. And for Friday, on Friday I was supposed to catch this particular trade. I was supposed to catch this trade on Friday, but I wasn't able to catch it because of a lot of things. Because it didn't go through with my trading strategy, and I don't force trades. I was supposed to catch this trade, but it didn't tally with my rules. And that Friday, after I saw all this particular run, I knew the market was going to sell. Now, why did I take this trade? On the 15 minutes time, on the 30 minutes time frame, let's first go to the 30 minutes time frame to see the conference I used. On the 30 minutes time frame, what I was looking at was this support here. After I saw this support, I saw this particular liquidity, because this particular candle was created 1 p.m. and this is my CC candle. That's my confirmation candle. After I saw the creation of this particular support, with this particular candle not being able to mitigate this support, I was waiting for the next candle to come and tap me into this particular support and close below this particular support. And as you can see here, the candle closed below the support, the resistance zone. This particular candle closed below the resistance zone. This was why I held on to the trade. That is why I didn't close the trade. But the market still found its way, took me out, mitigated any level it wanted to mitigate on the 4-hour level, and started selling massively. So that was what happened for Friday, and that was how I traded this particular week as a whole. So for this week, I took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I took 10 trades. I won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I won 6 trades and I lost 4 trades. So that is that for this week, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.